Walked out the club with my J's on. Just caught a dub on the great one. What's up, guys? It's Tariq Abed here, back at it with another video. And today, we are going to cover the topic of being your own biggest fan. Okay, so now, this is kind of controversial, but it really shouldn't be. Because if you ever want to succeed in life, and if you ever want to be anything in life, I mean anything. I don't care if your life goal is to be Fortune 500 CEO, or just to be an hourly employee, or to be a housewife, or to be anything. I don't care if you want to be a shoe cleaner. I don't care if you want to be a garbage man. I don't care if you don't want to do anything in life. You have to be your own biggest fan in whatever you do in life. Okay? And I mean literally mean this, because at the end of the day, your life is your life. That's it. Just you. There's other people in your life. There's family in your life. There's friends. There's all these other outside factors in your life. But your lifetime is defined by two things: your birth and your death. Your lifetime. You will be the first person born and the last person to live in your lifetime. So you have to be your own biggest fan. When you think of things that way, is it kind of dark? Is it kind of solemn to think of things that way? Yes, but Kobe Bryant didn't get 5 NBA championships not being his own biggest fan. Michael Jordan didn't get 6 rings not being his own biggest fan. LeBron James didn't become one of the greatest basketball player ever, make 8 straight finals not being his own biggest fan. Nobody. Warren Buffett had to have been his own biggest fan. Jeff Bezos was his own biggest fan. Bill Gates, his own biggest fan. I could go on for days and days and days listing off a list of successful people and how they're their own biggest fans. And examples. Steve Jobs. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't need support, but the sad thing about life is not everybody's going to support you. I'm sure you and I have both felt this. I felt that a lot in my lifetime. There's a lot of people that haven't supported me. Your friends, your family, your teachers maybe, in some people's cases. Maybe a coach didn't support you. Maybe, a cousin didn't support you. Maybe just some random people didn't support you. Maybe people you don't even know, they don't support you. Alright? You have to support yourself. That doesn't mean that, I'm not saying you don't need outside support. You definitely do. But in order to gain that support, you have to be confident. You have to have self-confidence. Now, how do you build self-confidence? Well, at the end of the day, that's all within yourself. You build self-confidence slowly. Some people have it, some people don't. People look at me, he's arrogant, he's cocky, he's overconfident. Not true. I am humble. I am modest. I am also a confident person. A very confident person. Some may think that I am cocky. Some may think that I am arrogant. Some people thought Michael Jordan's arrogant. Some people think LeBron James is arrogant and Kobe Bryant. They think, oh, he's arrogant. Oh, he's this, he's that. But no, look at those people. No, they're just confident. If I was arrogant, I wouldn't put in the work. I wouldn't do anything. If you were arrogant, you wouldn't do any of that stuff. You would be all talk. No. I say if I'm going to do something, and I do it. I put in the work to do something, then I say, well, yeah, I did this because I did this. At the end of the day, arrogance and confidence is two different things. How do you build confidence? You build confidence by putting in the work when the lights are off. That's how you build confidence. You build confidence when nobody's in the gym. You build confidence when you're at home studying for your math test. You build confidence when you're working on your flow, when you're working on how you're going to bring on the cash register, when you're working on how you're going to pass that final exam to get into your doctorate program. That's how you build your confidence. That's how you excel above and beyond. That's how. That's how you're your own biggest fan. You're your own biggest fan by being self-confident. Because I can tell you one thing. I can't be confident for you. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your cousins, your teacher, your coach, your teammates, they can't all want it for you. You have to want it more than anybody else in the world if you want to do anything. Hear this. Be like, man, how, bro? But people told you and you're telling me. No. You got to be your own biggest fan. You have to want it more than anybody else. If you don't want something more than anybody else, and you don't want it for yourself, and you don't want it more than anything, then don't do that thing, because that's not what you want to do. If you really love something, you'll do anything to get it. That doesn't mean 100% you're going to get exactly that, but you're going to leave that situation, for better or worse, knowing that you couldn't have gave it anymore. if you got it or if you didn't get it. And that's why you got to be your own biggest fan. You have to put all the pressure on yourself. There is no pressure from the outside if all the pressure's in you. Because then there's no pressure. Then it's just that's how you are. That's how you're built. That's your mindset. That's your mentality. Everybody wants to talk about the Mamba mentality. This is the Mamba mentality. Are you going to be a killer? Are you going to win with anybody else? Are you going to be your own biggest fan? Are you going to be confident? Are you going to build confidence? Because everybody builds confidence. The greats built confidence in themselves. You know, I like to say this analogy a lot. Rome wasn't built in a day. It was not. So your confidence will not be built in a day. It's something that over time builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. But you have to lay the foundation somewhere, and that foundation starts and ends inside of you. Inside of here. Inside of here. Your heart and your brain. That's it. Being your own biggest fan. People aren't going to like that sometimes. How are you going to combat that? By maintaining your confidence within yourself. No matter what anybody else says, you're going to be your own biggest fan. You're going to be confident in yourself, in your abilities. But you're also going to be receptive to what other people say. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be confident and you might not be doing all your things right. That's okay. Nobody's perfect. Alright? You have to practice in any aspect of life. You're not going to know your ABCs if you're not practicing your ABCs. You're not going to know multiplication tables if you're not practicing multiplication. Or you might know everything in the world, but get one problem wrong. Somebody corrects you. Oh, no, man, I'm supposed to be confident. I'm not going to know. You're going to listen. You're going to take that critique, and you're going to say thanks to that person for letting your confident ass know what was up, and you're going to be better. You're going to be better than you were before, because you're never going to be perfect. Perfection is an immeasurable goal that we have in mind that nobody will ever reach. I don't think perfection can ever be accomplished, because perfection will always need perfection, if that makes sense. So you have to keep getting better and keep getting better. There is no end to getting better. There is no perfection. You chase perfection. That's what makes perfection this thing that we want to have, because we can never get perfection. But if you're your own biggest fan, if you're confident in yourself and you build self-confidence and you take the steps to build your empire and set your foundation, you're going to inch closer to perfection. That's what you're going to do. People, they're not going to like that, because not everybody's their own biggest fan. Some people need a shove. That's okay. We all need a shove every once in a while. We all need to be told, get up off your ass. Do something with your life. Every once in a while. You need to be told to be, hey, just give up. You need that motivation sometimes. You need that fuel. Because you're not going to give up. Because you're too confident in your abilities. Because they weren't there when you were in the gym and nobody else was. They weren't there on the weekends when everybody else is out drinking and partying. But you were working on your free throw and your crossover. And you're behind the back between the legs, shimmy into a jumper. No, they weren't there. They weren't there when you were working on that app that's going to be the next $1 billion app that Facebook buys. They weren't there for that. When you were in the lab coding, they weren't there. But you were. You were there. You had self-confidence. You believed in yourself. And you made it. And even if you didn't make it all the way, you tried. You made it as far as you possibly could. And when you shot for the stars, you landed on the moon. And you looked down at everybody else, thinking, wow, what a view. What a view. And none of that would have happened if you weren't your own biggest fan. And you didn't build confidence up from within yourself. And you didn't push yourself and want it more than everybody else. And then you landed there. And you know what? You started building your next thing. And you started shooting even higher than the stars, knowing, man, this time, even if I miss, I'm going to land on the stars. That is the end of today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And leave some recommendations down in the comment section below for some more motivational topics that you want me to talk about. Peace.